Test. All right, so this match, man. I mean, Cody and Cena, SummerSlam. I wish this was the match that happened at Mania because I was at Mania, and to be honest, I thought that match sucked especially compared to this one. And this was one of the best matches I think that both of the guys have been in, and it wasn't just like just the moves. I think like definitely the moves. Like the match had really good action from both sides from the guys and stuff like that. But I just think that there was a lot of storytelling in the match there that I thought was really good. Especially it did what it definitely needed to do in terms of tell the story of Cody. Like it's a street fight, so he's got to bend the rules a little bit. It brings out that side of him, and he wasn't full blown heel, although as he would call it, because of MetLife in New York, everyone was cheering Cena. This was a bit of an away game for him, but I thought that he showed that side of his character that said, okay, when it's time to really fuck you up, he's gonna do it, and he wasn't gonna hold back anymore. And I think it's that character, that part of it for me, like, when Cody was against Roman, like, clearly I'm a Roman fan. I was cheering for Roman. I'm a big fan of Rock. So like, I was always on that side because I always felt like Cody was getting to the point where he's too much of a white meat babyface, as they would say, right? He was a little bit too much for me, just like, oh, he never breaks the rules and he'll always win by like never, getting his hands dirty. And I just feel like even if you go back to Cody and, when he went to his like AEW days, and I didn't really watch him too much there, but I watched enough to kind of, get a sense of his character. It's like when he's like not afraid to kind of be an asshole a little bit, I think that's where Cody has that sweet spot of just like, oh, he's a face still, but he's gonna punch you, and he's gonna like use the use the ring pipe or whatever, use the chair, and it's a street fight because he's gonna do it, or he needs to do it in a street fight to kind of get himself ahead in the match or whatever. I thought it needed that. I just thought his character needed that. I thought the match needed that, and I just really liked it. And then on Cena's side of it, right, like him being a babyface, and I just really liked. I mean, that pop when he comes out. At first, it's all black and white, and you're thinking, like maybe he's still heel. He'll walk to the ring, or maybe if he is a babyface, he'll be this like confused, like all right, unsure of whether or not he's gonna be completely a face. But when he comes out and that Titatron like changes colors and he becomes like the old Cena, that was awesome. We like he's back and he's doing he's doing what I think, again, what I want him to do from the beginning, which was be the classic babyface Cena. Play the hits, right? Just play the hits. It'll be great. It'll be fun. Everyone's gonna love it. And what I really liked about this too was like, we got to see it was a classic, well, not classic. It was just a really good storytelling of best versus best. It wasn't like they needed to add some kind of like spin on it, right? And I wish that they kind of went to that thing sooner. I know, again, Cena turning heel, that's a whole ordeal of just like they just pivoted away from that right away. And I thought that this could have just been, right, like current face of the company versus the greatest of all time, and the like the past 20 years, like the face of the company of the past 20 years, passing the torch along to someone like Cody. I feel like that was enough from the beginning, from the jump, for that to have happened at Mania. And I mean, I guess you had to wait till now to do it, but I feel like what I liked about this match was it didn't feel like this match was just Cena just has to put Cody over, right? This wasn't just a put him over match. Hey, Cena will kind of like do the honors, which I kind of felt like Cena did when he was facing Theory at Mania, I don't know, a couple of years back or whatever, when Cena lost. I felt like that was a match where Cena was just like, hey, like, I'm here to put you over, kid. You better be able to take the ball and run with it. But this one really felt like you could tell Cena just really brought it, and he wanted to still be, Cena and be who he was. And I love the moments. It was so funny, right? Growing up in the era of John Cena and ruthless aggression, all that. Like, there was a moment where the crowd was chanting Super Cena, and it's so funny because like over the years, that's what like people my age, they hated about Cena. They hated that, he would never lose. He's Super Cena. He's always going to come back and win the match. And now it's so ironic, like so many years later, it's like, like now we cheer for that. We want Cena to come back in this match and not lose. We want him to to retain the title against Cody and things like that. So it was just a classic like homage to Cena and just what he's meant for fans like me over the years, who's watched him during, especially from the Ruthless Aggression era up until now. And it was like classic, as Michael Cole would say, vintage Cena, right? It was classic vintage Cena, and like you could just tell the crowd was all in on him, and like even the the "You Can't See Me," the five knuckle shuffle, all that stuff. The crowd was just so like they were hot, like they were good. It was a great crowd, and I'm glad that that we got to see that, and Cena was able to get that from the crowd in this final SummerSlam, and especially with this kind of match. I think this is what everyone wanted. Again, from WrestleMania, everyone wanted this kind of match. So, I think this was just such a great storytelling match. I think I was surprised, honestly, again, well, given the fact that Brock returned. So, of course, that's going to, trail into Cena versus Brock. But, like, I thought Cena would still win. That's what I thought, because I thought Cody's going to be filming a movie, I bet, with, Street Fighter. And then, like, Cena would still be a champion, and he could, have his farewell run. And I thought he would drop the title in his, like, final match, or one of his final matches, as he heads into December. And so I was a little surprised. I was a little surprised that Cena lost this one. But again, if you think about Cody, and who knows what Cody's going to do next. So I think, the next step for Cody is probably like he needs it's important for Cody to have the title for whoever they have him going up against next. We'll find out, soon, as the time I'm recording this. But I think that Cena, like, losing has that, it almost feels like that babyface quality, right? Like, oh, he's like, he has to win. He comes up a little short against the guy who's going to take on, the mantle. Who's going to take the mantle into the next generation. Same thing when, Rock won it from Hogan, when Cena won it from The Rock on the second one. And, you have this passing of the torch a little bit. So I thought it was, again, I just thought it was the whole match was so fun. I really enjoyed everything about it. And, again, I'm still a little bitter because this match should have been, I was at Mania, me and my brother were at WrestleMania, and we were expecting this match at Mania. Instead, we got, fucking Travis Scott. But whatever. It's fine. We'll deal with it. It's fine. I'll go to next year's Mania. Next year's Mania better be good. I'm back at Vegas. We're back in Vegas. We're back exactly the same. Allegiant Stadium. They better do it right. It better be good. But no, I think this match with Cena was awesome, right? I feel like the way that the story between the two, and they basically put a button on it on the end with, the handshake or the hug at the end. And I thought it was storytelling, which was pretty good, because the hug at the end was like reminiscent of the hug at Elimination Chamber, where Cena would kick Cody in the balls. But this time around, they actually gave a legit hug, and they had some, I think, nice things to say about each other at the end. And it was basically passing the torch, right? Passing the torch. Cena saying, hey, carry it now, carry the ball now forward. And I think Cody's going to do a good job. But again, a good match between Cody and Cena there.